this lane, you know that I'm not in a tank. Hey, coach, put me in.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dolphins and the Ravens, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time to see this wide open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one, Lamar Jackson out of Louisville. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. And I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 4-yard line. His caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. It's Teddy Bridgewater. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Dolphins at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with him.
Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick six. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Once again, it's Mostert. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Bridgewater. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. 11 yards for number 11. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. Touchdown, Dolphins! Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson about ready to take over once more. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. They'll look to snap that streak here as they drive. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Teddy Bridgewater and the Dolphins set to go back to work. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw, Bridgewater. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Mike Gesicki has really emerged as one of the Miami Dolphins' primary targets, and he can run the entire route tree. We know he's dependable in the short areas, but he can also stretch the field down the middle. A career-high 73 catches last season, and he gets another one here to move the chains.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They give to Ingram up the middle. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Bridgewater. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Running the counter with Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Out to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Well, this goes out wide for Drake. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And some room to run now. Finding space at the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Bridgewater. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's back to where it all began for Ingram when he was dealt to New Orleans mid-season in 2021. What career longevity for him here in his 12th NFL season. This one should be special for him, too, as he should join the top 50 players all time in rushing.
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Bridgewater now. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Touchdown! Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson running again. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there. They run the option here on 1st and 10, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now a run up the middle with Drake. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson escaping, and he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
I'll give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world to the challenge.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Jackson. This is caught by Robinson. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down. And here's Jackson on the option. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 76 yards. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Miami set to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. Pickup leads to fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. As he'll pull it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Here's Jackson to throw. Connects with Duvernay. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. Now Jackson. Steps away to his, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Here's Bridgewater. They go screen. This is Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 44 now to this point. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I think the game ball